Right here. Man charged after eating $5 of stolen chips dropped by a thief. Yep. Man charged after eating stolen chips dropped by a thief. And the chips not even worth $5 when there are 2 bags of chips. Check it out.
Memphis. A man has been charged with eating potato chips because he had crumbs on his mouth. He did not steal the chips. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put up the picture full mass. This is an insane miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. In Memphis, Tennessee, a 36-year-old, Joseph Braswell, was taken into custody.
Joseph Braswell and you heard him say Memphis, Tennessee, the same area where 6 cops recently got charged for the death of Tyree Nichols. That's right.
After Memphis police say he ate 2 bags of chips that someone else had stolen from the store. Now, you may wonder, well, did he know the person that stole the chips?
No, he did not.
Braswell was charged with theft of merchandise less than $1,000. He was released on his own recognizance on Tuesday morning. That means the judge knew this was a BS charge and did not even charge the man money to get out of jail.
No, because, like you said, I mean, the judge is like, are you kidding me? It's bullshit. And he's not going to incarcerate the guy or charge him out. He just dropped the charge and let him go. Because he knew it was a bunk charge. Absolute bunk.
According to WREG, CBS 3 Memphis,
Here's
on the 9th of this month, February, a man got into an argument with a Circle K store clerk in Parkway Village because she would not sell him beer. The man got upset, then took an entire display of
as you saw the picture on the left side, that's him taking the display of the chips
and put them into his car.
Yep.
All right? While walking away with the display of chips, a few of the bags fell on the ground as the clerk followed the man out of the store. You're looking at the scene right there. After the suspect drove off, Mr. Braswell picked up 2 bags of chips that had fallen. The chips were valued at $4.98 total.
That means each bag was a value of $2.99.
Later, officers found Braswell with crumbs on his face. Police reviewed video footage and concluded that Braswell was aware of the theft.
So you tell me that the cops took the time to go read the video and includes that, oh, Braswell, oh yeah, you knew about the theft of the chips, so yeah, you decided to pick them up and eat them because those were stolen chips. Nobody knows. I mean, let's say I walk down the street. On the way, let's say, around the corner right near by the bus stop. Let's say I found an unopened bottle of Gatorade. All right, okay, hell yeah, bottle of Gatorade. You don't know where it came from. It's been stolen or purchased or like that. Or maybe someone fell off their backpack right now. Let's say I drank. Let's say I open it up and I drank it up. Wait for the bus. I take a couple drinks, a couple swigs. Cop says, "Hey, you know that bottle of Gatorade stolen? We're gonna charge you." Like, I didn't know. How am I supposed to know? You don't know. I mean, people drop shit off all the time. I mean, there's been times where I find loose money on the road and the street. And yes, I have found full bottles of Gatorade unopened on the street before. It has happened.
That's what I'm talking about, fellas. Real police work there.
Real good work.
It's silly as hell.
Yep. Real good police work. I'm making all that time to review a videotape. Yep. Taxpayers right there at work. Finance. Yeah. Get out of here.
Okay. $4.98. Chips are on the ground. They come to the scene, and what do the Memphis police do? They waste time reviewing
and resources to
about who picked up
the video
of chips, rather than finding the individuals who engaged in what they would consider, I guess, a high crime. Maybe all of the chips together, what, $100 probably? The man had crumbs on his face.
Yeah. The thing was, instead of, they could review the tape and get their license plate and go in pursuit for that guy that stole the display, but decided to arrest the guy who simply took the bag of chips that dropped on the ground, he had nowhere, and decided to arrest him because he had crumbs and he was hungry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's race and resource at its finest. I'll tell you that.
And so that launched the investigation. There's more. Braswell's mother says she doesn't believe it was necessary to arrest him. The store manager, Melanie Jackson, said it is not about the bag or the bags of chips that were stolen. It is more about a pattern of stealing that she is concerned could run her out of business. She said small crimes like these are why so many businesses have left the area. Madam,
I can contour in that
please
one.
understand, the man who was arrested did not steal your chips. Theft requires intent. Theft requires mens rea, formulation, the idea that I'm going to go and steal chips from a commercial entity.
You know, and theft would have to be an entity to knowing that you're going to go into a facility or a place of business or establishment. Your intent is going there to steal steal the product, not pay for it, and just walk right out of there, thinking, "Hey, I just got something for nothing." That's intent to steal. That man who picked up the bag of chips, his intent was to steal them. He saw him on the ground, thinking somebody probably dropped in the ground to pay for them. He had no clue. And he picked him up because, you know why? He probably was most likely 10 to 1 hungry. That's why he ate the chips.
That is not what he did at all. But he got arrested for it, and you're standing by it. Doesn't make sense to me. There's more. Braswell's mother says she just wants to get him the help he needs. I called the crisis center. I called the police department. She said, I tried to get him assessed, and every time he goes downtown for something like this, they never assess him. Police are still looking for the man who drove off with the chips. And she wants an assessment because she believes he needs help. All right?
Yeah.
Once again, the police decide a black man, crumbs on his face, we must review the video to arrest him for $4.98. Memphis,
Tennessee. The same police jurisdiction that beat the crap out of Tyrese Nichols. Yeah, that's right.
Do you wonder why people don't like the police?
Oh, yeah.
This is part of it.
There's one reason why.
Because none of us can understand this. I mean, really, think about it. And to the officers involved, you wouldn't understand it either if it happened to somebody in your family, or if it happened to you, or to one of your children. You would have said something like, the officer could have let that go. You didn't even steal the chips. But all of a sudden, when you put on that uniform, it seems as if your understanding of basic humanity evaporates. This is part of the reason why there's an us and them relationship with law enforcement. I want to help you all. I really do. I provide an opportunity right here on this show every day, a blueprint to get you back to the place that you were supposed to be, a place of public safety, not policing, a place of servant leadership and not dictatorship. That is the original design as it should have been, but it was not. It was something totally different. It was a way to regulate black bodies and protect white companies. That was the original design of law enforcement. Don't carry out the design. Break it, all right? Change it. Doc, what are your thoughts here?
There was no crime. He didn't steal any chips. There were chips on the ground. Maybe there's a story about the police saying, gosh, I'll just buy you 2 bags of chips and let's just actually go after the guy who really stole the chips. I didn't see that story. Maybe that story doesn't make it to the news. We only see stories like this. But I completely agree with you. This is exactly the kind of story that requires compassion. Compassion is really what's required here. Somebody's hungry. 2 bags of chips is what, like less than $2, something like that. So buy the man some chips. Don't arrest him. And I just think you're exactly right that in a way, the kind of compassionate enforcement that is required, which again, maybe that happens and we just don't see it because it doesn't make the news and it's not clickable. But I would just say, here's somebody who's hungry and needs help, and he didn't commit the damn crime, exactly as you said. Go after the guy who actually stole the stuff.
And what's so interesting, and you make a great point, police officers are not bound to arrest for misdemeanors. They're not. There's no mandate to arrest for misdemeanors that did not happen in their presence, meaning they did not witness it personally. They do not have a duty or a mandate to arrest. They can also write a ticket if they choose. But here's the other side of what you laid out for us. If one of the officers would have said, listen, come on, Madam Store Clerk, it's 2 potato chips, 2 bags. I'm going to go ahead and pay for these. I'm going to buy a few more things for the guy. We're going to try to get him help. That would have changed the whole narrative of this story.
Oh, yeah,
something
big time.
that simple.
You know, as well too. I mean, you could have bought. You know, he say, "Hey, I'll pay for the chips that guy picked off the ground. No problem. I know you. It's your business. You need to make money. I get that. Here. I'll even buy this guy maybe a burrito, a sandwich. Here, I'll buy him a 32-ounce of Powerade. Like, well, yeah, I know he's probably thirsty. I'm sure the guy picked him up probably was homeless and hungry. I mean, it's hard these days to get homeless people out there that struggle to find their food because there's only so many shelters, only so many beds. The mission has so many handouts. Food bank only has so many supplies of food as well. I mean, it's hard to be homeless as well. But that's it. I'm out here. My job. Peace out.